There is a moment where Wakana Kinme stands on a rooftop, and just for a second, the calm disappears. No dramatic music, no explanation, just a brief image of her curled in on herself. Clothes torn, nails pulled close, expression hollow in a way the rest of the show never allows. And then it's gone. The scene doesn't tell you what happened to her. It doesn't even ask you to feel sad. It only does one thing. It tells you that the life you are watching has already erased something important. Up until that moment, Wash It All Away feels exactly like it promises to be. Quiet days, careful work, soft conversations that pass as easily as the sea breeze in Atami. Kinmei listens more than she speaks. She takes pride in small details. She treats laundry not as a chore, but as a kind of care. The show invites you to settle into that rhythm, and most people do. But there is something about that calm that feels maintained rather than natural, as if the piece isn't fragile, but intentional. On the surface, this story pretends to be very simple. A woman helps others take care of their lives, one stain at a time. It's a comforting idea, and it's not wrong, but it's incomplete, because Kinmei doesn't just help people clean their clothes, she helps them live with their pasts without ever touching her own. She listens to stories about childhoods, old train stations, lost partners, memories tied to fabric and time. She responds with kindness, with patience, but never with herself. She never adds anything personal to the conversation. She never corrects the record. She never wonders out loud. Not because she doesn't care, but because there is nothing waiting for her if she looks back. That's what makes the rooftop moment so important. It isn't a reveal, it's a confirmation. The show doesn't explain it, it doesn't slow down to analyze it. It simply lets the image exist and then watches Kinmei walk away from it. She doesn't panic, she doesn't investigate, she doesn't tell anyone. Later, she quietly checks the roof again, not searching, not confronting, just confirming that something was there, or that it's gone. And from that point on, the show changes, not in plot, but in the feeling. Kinmei continues working the same way she always has. She helps Nairo learn responsibility, not by scolding her, but by teaching her to care for her own clothes first. She fixes garments tied to memories that don't belong to her. She gives people back something they thought was lost. But now it's clear that her kindness has a shape. It isn't just generosity, it's insulation. Helping others becomes a way to stay functional without being curious. Routine becomes a way to move forward without asking why. She isn't broken, she's carefully preserved. Episode 5 doesn't disrupt that pattern, it challenges it. The festival arrives, and suddenly the world refuses to stay quiet. The colors are vivid, the sounds overlap, the work becomes collective instead of solitary. For once, Kinmei isn't just facilitating care, she's surrounded by it. Ishimochi stays late, others step in without being asked. The work continues even when she stops. When she falls asleep, the final pieces are packed up for her. There is food waiting, a small note reminding her not to push herself too hard. And when she wakes up, she smiles. Not the polite smile she wears for customers, a real one. She's happy, not because she remembered something old, but because she created something new. A memory made of warmth, of shared effort, of presence. The show lingers there deliberately, as if to suggest something quietly radical. Maybe healing isn't about recovering what was erased, maybe it's about building a life that doesn't require it. And yet, the rooftop still exists. The version of Kinmei we saw there hasn't been contradicted, only avoided. The festival doesn't answer the mystery, it offers an alternative. Connection instead of clarity, care instead of confrontation. And despite how gentle, sincere, and genuinely comforting this story has been so far, there is a lingering feeling that something important remains untouched, not forgotten by accident, but washed away carefully, thoroughly, on purpose. So the question this story leaves us with isn't whether Wakana Kinmei will remember, it's whether she needs to, and whether we are meant to feel comforted or quietly unsettled by that possibility.